And while we're here, I also want to hear from Alexis and Kelly. And so we didn't really introduce either of you. So as we ask these questions, if you can, I put your info in the comments, but if you could tell us why you're here and who you are, that'd be great. But Kelly, let's start with you. As a person with a disability, why is it important to teach your peers about healthy relationships? And what are some of those important concepts that you teach in LEAP?
Well, I feel really strongly that the LEAP program is an advocacy and empowerment model that is just so powerful, because that's what we want. We want people to speak up for themselves, to learn how to speak up for themselves in the best way that they can. And that's different for everyone. And we also want them to be empowered to know when and where and how to speak up for themselves and who to go to if they're experiencing abuse, and really how to, to feel comfortable and confident to know when a relationship is healthy and when it's not. And when it is not healthy, how important it is that they tell someone that they have a safe relationship with and share what they're feeling, because no matter what your ability in the way you speak up, I think most people just have that uneasy feeling sometimes when they're in an unhealthy relationship. And I love the way that the program comes from a point of view of what a healthy relationship looks like. Because I think, sometimes when people are in abusive situations, they don't know how to break out of that and maybe look for more healthy relationships to surround themselves with. And until you understand what a healthy relationship, what those components are, you're not necessarily going to seek them out.
Thanks, Kelly. That's so true. I mean, that's true no matter if you have a disability or if you don't, isn't it?
Yes.
Alexis, is there someone that you've trained that's really stood out to you?
I've trained so many people that have stood out to me. I think I'm the type of person that I remember people, and I'm big on connection. So I can think back to where I am, where I was, who I was with, who I saw. But I think the reaction toward LEAP is the biggest thing. Realizing that you are important, realizing that you do have the ability to make choices, realizing that you can feel safe, realizing that you can choose who helps you in situations. A lot of times people with disabilities don't get the opportunity to make choices as often as able-bodied people would. And in LEAP, there's a lot of choice making. What would you do if you were in this situation? How would you handle this? Would you do this or this? Who would you go to if this happened? And just seeing people be empowered in that way, realizing that they can make choices, is something that's absolutely amazing. And also, people who they're with realizing their value and realizing that they have a voice and can make choices. I think sometimes that's something that's not often seen. A lot of people, they get used to the people that they're with. And of course, anybody, if you're around a person, for an extended period of time, you kind of get used to how they communicate or what they say or how they do things. And you're not really given opportunities to grow. And then when you have those opportunities to grow and they can see their clients or the people that they're with make choices, it's been amazing. I know one girl that I was training, the staff had told me that she wasn't verbal. They didn't really say much about her, honestly, and it was kind of a hopeless case. And by the end of the training, she was my favorite. She was participating in the training, and she was writing Y and N down on a notebook. And I didn't realize, nobody told me that she was a writer to communicate. And once I gave her a piece of paper, a marker, started getting Y and N as answers for the questions. And it just made everyone realize that everybody has the ability to communicate in some way, and it's just about us to figure it out. It's just up to us to figure out how they do it and give people that time and respect, because they deserve it just as well.